Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I don't know if to say goodnight because it's only the start of the show. Welcome, this is The Black Table. My name is, of course, Mazino Appeal. And we have a very different day here today because we have some very interesting guests. On the show today, let me make introductions for the one, the only, Mr. Kiki Bakare, actor, producer, model. What else are you?
Let's leave it like that.
Let's leave it like that. It's good to see you here, man. Repping for your kind. That's all right. It's not bad. Love to watch and everything.
Thank you.
You've seen this other guy in movies. He's always the lover boy or the, he's always straight characters kind of thing. I got married a year ago and he's having a fantastic time with his wife, although I have very many queries for him. But inside of the show, we will explore all of this. Mr. Stan Nze in the house, man. Award-winning Nigerian actor.
White on the black table. And
of course, he is a regular. And today, I put him in the bag because Wala is too much. Gang, please hand me the drink there. Mr. Gang, G-A-N-G.
We're here again.
Thank you very much. No,
Good to see you.
I wasn't shaking you.
You're not shaking. Oh, it's the drink.
I didn't.
Go and sit down. Go and sit down.
This guy, he's been known to be the fastest mouth or fastest lip in the West. But hey, he's here with us again today. Oh, that's not what I meant. You're disgusting.
Yes.
This is what I mean.
Wow.
But in any case, good to have you here.
Though.
So if you're just tuning in, welcome. This is The Black Table. Let's get the show on the road. Welcome back. This is The Black Table. Now, it's a show where people don't know where to put us in now. It's just guys hanging out. There's nothing to it. We don't even have scripts. It's just a regular Friday night out. And today, of course, Mr. Stan joining us. We're excited to have you too, Mr. Kiki.
Thank you.
Good one. First up, let's talk about what's been cooking all week. This has been happening inside the office. Had this very interesting conversation going on. Listen to this. This was a text or a tweet, I think somebody's put it. Engagement parties, introductions, court weddings, traditional weddings, white weddings. Guys, the wedding industry complex is actually killing us, but no one wants to talk about it. We're the first people to actually bring this out and talk about it. I will tell you something, personal experience. When I was getting married, I said to my wife, I'm the last in my family, last person to get married. I said to my wife, I said, listen, we're just going to go to court, sign the papers, come back home, buy gala, and then we're done. We'll drink.
Well, it's not always your decision as the man.
No, I just got married.
Yeah, well, the man cannot just wake up and say, this is the wedding I want. I had the kind of wedding I wanted, but because I'm not getting married to myself, I had to compromise. Yes,
definitely.
Because the woman will say, "Oh, I've had a dream of me walking down from the aisle. You are the one that used to be there, so you cannot now say no walking down the aisle."
Well,
so she would better be looking for a man that doesn't allow her to walk down the aisle. So you will reach a compromise.
But the thing
eventually.
is, I'm Yoruba. Weddings are not for the bride and the groom.
Yeah, for the
It's
parents.
for the
For the parents.
Exactly.
So the parent comes and you can't do this. This is how you guys are going to do
So
it.
if you were getting married to an Igbo woman,
the two families would come together.
who would it now be for?
Wait, Gag,
Well,
you're
like
not
they say,
you're
they say
not
that the
Well, not
bride's
really.
family
I'm more like middle
owns the
belt.
wedding.
Okay.
Now, for me,
Hang on, check this out.
I
Gag
can
is
relate.
bothered.
I can relate to this a lot because I had a court wedding, I had a traditional wedding, and I had the church wedding as well. I had all three, which, to be honest, to me was some kind of a waste, to be honest. And the funny thing is that even if you try traveling out of the country and you're presenting certain documents, is the court one that's the most valid.
Definitely.
You get me? It's the most valid, but they, like you said, it's not necessarily for the bride and groom.
There are some churches, if you wed that, you will not need the court wedding. Like the Catholic Church.
No.
Yeah, the Catholic Church.
No.
The certificate for the Catholic Church is the same certificate you get. So if you get married in the Catholic Church, there are some specific churches that you would not need a court wedding.
I agree. That is true. But
equivalent.
in my case, yes, I said I was going to do that, but it didn't turn out that way. Because what eventually happened was this: 450 people at the wedding.
Okay.
Wedding, I only invited about 70 people to.
So it was not strictly by Ivy?
It was. That's the point. It was strictly by
no
invitation.
bouncers?
There were. What can they
So
do?
what
when
happened?
You have fired them.
like you said,
themselves.
it's not for the bride or the groom. It's for the because all the other extras were my,
Yeah,
my
you know how the
parents.
mother will be at the gate. Hey, Jacob Wale, it's my sister. It's my cousin's
This is
sister.
my pastor's child. Let her in.
I think I want to use today to apologize to one young man that I actually must have done. As in, no, his name is Kiki Bakare. He came to the wedding. I didn't invite him.
Wow.
In hindsight, I should have invited
Chai.
you because I mean, after that, we really, And I saw Kayode at the wedding, and I'm like, I was physically angry because I was 450 people who invited this guy. And I took it out on Kayode. You know Kayode now, Kayode.
Yeah, I'm wondering why you did that.
I'm so Kayode. Listen, if you're watching, Kayode, I hope they cut this out and they put it. Kayode, I'm very sorry.
Did he go back home?
He didn't. He stayed, but
after coming, why would he leave? He must chop. He must chop.
Wait, on the wedding day,
on
you
my
gave
wedding,
out to
in
me.
my suit, my white suit, and my tie.
No, so one thing I did for myself, my wife and I decided, you know what, this wedding day, whether rice remain no more, whether I reach you now, we're already here. I'm not going to go and start cooking rice. We're going to have fun. So you see us dancing, all those there was enough food. We tried not to even invite a lot of people. So I think we wanted 150, 200, but we had about, you know how wedding now, people they come out, some people they go, so about 300, 350.
Well, how long you been married now?
A year.
Oh, okay, you guys have
it's still fresh.
What do you mean we haven't started?
I don't understand what does that
What do you mean it hasn't started?
Oh, you are not, okay. When are you getting married? This is a lesson for you. This is a lesson for you, and listen, gang, back me up here. I think your marriage...
How long have you been married?
Gang, tell him.
Going on 12 years.
Boom. Going on 8 years.
Okay. When did your marriage start?
Mine? My marriage, I think, started before the wedding, sir.
Thank you, sir.
When did your marriage start?
His marriage started today.
No. I'm going to be very honest. My marriage started getting sweeter a year ago.
Why?
And I've been
Why
married
is that?
for going on 8 years.
Yeah, you're
is
living
that?
the word of
Why
God.
is
He
that?
said it will be from glory to glory.
Amen.
Yes, so
Amen.
the
From sweet to
wine
sweet.
when they leak before, they go, they sweet. Oh, you're living your best life, bro. Congratulations.
No, but here's the real reason. And I think because you have nothing, no other year to compare with, you
Okay.
might not agree with me. So it's fine. Gang, maybe you might. I don't know. This is real.
So I agree with you. I agree
I
with
had
you.
a sweet first year. So if you're saying that in 5 years it will be sweeter than what I'm experiencing now,
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. But
that's
this is it.
good.
Your marriage is not complete without the strife. Your marriage is not complete without the bad times. And those bad times are very important. They will come. They will test you.
Absolutely.
And some marriages have them more than others. In my case, I've had a fair share of tough times, you know, strife and arguments and fights and big fights and all of that. And I only started to appreciate these bad times. Appreciate the bad times only just a year ago.
Okay.
Because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
So it's not about the marriage starting now. It's about how you received or how you perceived your marriage per time.
Yeah.
So marriage that started long ago, you can decide that I want to be happy 90% on the first day. You can decide.
You don't decide.
Wait. You can. I know you had said something before you started rolling about how sometimes you cannot really, even if you don't want to fight, the other party will bring a fight.
Yeah.
But I can decide to. So you know, marry rich. You know, marry wizard. You know. If you decide to keep short, if you decide, so you know your partner's love language, yeah? You know how she wants to fight, you know how you it's easy for you to accommodate her, you know how it's easy, you know the things when you go do her mumu button, some things when you go press, it goes, but sometimes we don't want to do it because you say today this mumu, I don't want to press.
Let me warn you. Let me warn you. So in my case, I think I was a stubborn one.
So somebody's always stubborn.
Look it.
You know what to do,
But
but you
here's a
don't want
warning
to.
for you, Sha. Know thyself before you get married. That was my problem. I don't think I actually knew who I was.
Discovered yourself enough.
So
Yeah.
when are you getting married? To whom? How many years? How many years difference between you? All those are very important questions.
Just
like,
know that
guy,
you're on live TV.
Gang, wait.
Anything you say now can be used against you.
That's what I'm not saying too much.
Well, I had this problem with a friend of mine. I said, why didn't you tell me about this? Because he got married and he never told me about the strife and everything. Like, these are things that you should tell people. And I'm telling you now, everything matters. The person you're getting married to, who they're married to, where they come from, not where, location per se, but you know, the kind of
background.
environment, Now, it's not that it's a bad thing. Is that you have to just note how you're going to navigate the differences that you guys have to be able to make it a good one. So who is it? Where? When? How?
Soon.
Next month.
Talk
next
now.
year.
You get to know.
It's
soon.
sexier when you tell them.
So what's the next
He
topic?
doesn't want to.
He's trying to dodge. But
Here's
here's
another
another thing.
talk now. Kiki will not. Njideka will not call him. Did you just say you are getting? Who is the person?
Who is the person?
Here's another thing. One thing about marriage, especially I can still call you a newlywed since it's just a year. The thing is, you've not done it before. You have no experience. Like Zeno said, where I can agree with him is that you have nothing to compare it to. Maybe you have a good year, then you have a bad year, then you have other years. As long as the bad times don't break you, you have something to say, we've been through this, we've been through the ups and downs, we made it, so now we can say our marriage has officially started. For example, now, you don't have kids yet.
No.
Do you understand? That also changes some dynamics in marriage.
will tell me about.
You get me?
guys.
Now, you and your partner are perfect. Kids are an additional blessing that come. When they come now, certain things will change. It's how you handle it to be able to say, we're now a family that has included other parties
people, yeah.
in the marriage that makes you show you've grown.
Yeah, I was going to say something. Like, you were saying that he doesn't have years to compare with, but he has months.
Nah.
Nah,
You can compare the
so
first
far, so
months.
good.
Dude, you know how women love anniversaries? Women love anniversaries.
I still think
I did first month anniversary. I did first month. I celebrated 3 months, 6 months. All my small wins. I say, why you carry it in the head? Yes, let me carry it in my head.
It's not easy.
Some people they celebrate 3 months of breaking. And I hear that they do like divorce parties.
Oh yeah.
And,
They do.
Yes, no.
Yeah, they do that.
like wait, what?
But have you
sometimes you're in a
considered?
bad marriage and you leave.
You're not throwing party. No. You're not throw party. Go call your friends. People will do bridal shower. No.
So the dynamic also changes with kids.
Absolutely,
Sure.
no.
And in many cases, it also the sex of the child also matters as well. If it's a boy child or a girl child, it
I don't
affects it.
understand.
So for me now, currently, my wife's gonna kill me. I have a daughter. Oh God, I love my daughter. Jesus Christ, my wife will actually say sometimes that, is it not because it's not rain? No. But the truth is, a father's love for his daughter, incomparable. You can't compare it to anything. So that is also something that you have to consider as
So
well.
I learned
Are you saying
something.
fathers don't love their son?
They do, but it's a different kind of love.
So I learned
It's a
something a
different
while
kind of
ago
love.
about attitude. Attitude is everything. You cannot determine the things that happen to you or how people react to you, but you can determine how you react to the things that happen.
Yeah.
Certainly, there are things I don't have control over. Boy, girl, how your wife talk to you, how she receive you, I cannot control that. But what I can control is how I
You
respond to
react
it.
to those
So you know, in your head now, you have 2 reactions to give. Should I bone? Should I just smile and receive this thing? You have the choice to make. And whatever comes out of, whatever reaction you bring out, smile or bone, will determine how that person would keep acting up.
Yeah.
True.
So sometimes it's not easy for us. You have to always say, you know what, not today. The times I met my wife and I have had like some fallout is because, you know, you divest, me I divest, I no agree today.
Today, you want to be mad? Want to be mad? Let's
In
go
fact,
be
I'll tell you
mad.
what, on an anniversary day, we went to church we're not talking to ourselves.
For real?
And we got to church. Apparently, we have like a community of fans that love the Nigerian community, and they've come with all those money cakes, all those tray of food outside church. Me, I was saying I'm late. Because I was not in the mood, and I think he posted the videos. It was obvious that I couldn't fake it. I couldn't fake that I was happy. I was not. We know they talk. When I come, they celebrate. But we can't celebrate. But my wife's already, he's fine. He's not in a good end. He's emotional about it. Suppose I want to say, he said, Ronnie, we're not talking. So you will decide. I had a choice to say, you know what? I don't know who will see us. Let me just fake it and just or let's make up in the car genuinely, so that if we see somebody, we will not have to be faking that we're happy when we're not. So you have to make the decision.
You guys got good times coming, man. I can see that.
We do. It's going to be fun.
But as actors, there's so many times you're not happy that you have to fake it.
Well, so I don't want to suffer and smile. That's one of the big vows I made. I don't want to have to. So if I'm not happy, I go bone. So you go no say no they happy.
Stan, hold that thought. Nice one though. I love your marriage. It's fantastic. I'm sure everybody out there does too. Tell you what we're gonna do. Take a short break. We've got more segments inside of this. The rant.
Drink.
The Black Table. We'll be back. And you're welcome back. It is, of course, the Black Table. Thank you very much, Mr. Tyeng.
You are welcome.
And, hey, let's talk some sports, yeah?
Oh, sports.
Because this weekend is a very, very interesting one. I think I have the fixtures here for this weekend, even if there are talks of some of the games being postponed. Let's see now. There's Brentford Arsenal, which is at 2 p.m., 12 p.m.
That's the holding now.
Yeah, still holding, yeah. The postponed matches are Manchester versus Leeds, and I think, let me see which other one is also postponed, Brighton and Crystal Palace. But the most exciting one that everybody's actually talking about is Arsenal and...
You
agree
with me that Arsenal has been on top this season.
But they lost their last match now.
Only one match where they lose.
But the last one now.
See, to win, you have to lose sometimes.
Words of wisdom.
Did you get your last prediction wrong? He got his last prediction wrong now, didn't he? I think.
That was when we played Manchester United. Anyway, let me say God rest the Queen. Because of her, a lot of games.
Respected it,
a lot of games were moved from last weekend. We saw. I was expecting Arsenal to beat Everton. That game was moved, and that has basically affected the whole timetable in English football. So we'll see what happens. We had some great Champions League games during this week. Some great results as well. The one that actually I loved was Bayern beating Barcelona, but we'll talk about that some other time. But like you said, this weekend we expect Arsenal to do great things.
Yeah, because Brentford, that's not a club.
No.
Not exactly.
Don't do that.
Why not?
It's not exciting now.
Why not?
If they're not
Brentford has been destroying people for a while.
And we're just about to destroy them.
It's not a game.
Now, they remember last season when we started with Brentford and they beat us 2-0. But we came back later on,
a fluke.
And it wasn't a fluke.
It was a very
looking at how Brentford have been playing,
absolutely,
and the teams they've come up against this season already, you can tell that Brentford are not going to be an easy team to beat at home. True. So it's going to be a tough game. But of course, Arsenal know how to deal with those small fries.
My prediction.
You want to predict already?
Yes.
Okay, you still predict at the end of the show. Well, go ahead, Shah. If you want to predict, no other.
2-1 Brentford.
Wow, why is this so?
Because they'll beat Arsenal now.
Brentford.
Yes.
Okay, so
do you know why he says that?
Why?
You know why he says that? He's a Chelsea fan, and Chelsea have problems. They've lost their coach. They've lost their balls. They've lost so many things. They've lost so many things. I'm wondering what they're going to be playing on the pitch.
They're going to be midlife
crisis. New era.
New era.
Yeah.
Abi?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
okay. If you say so, we'll see how you deal with Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Let me call this. Does anybody want to call this one? That's Everton West Ham United.
Everton
That
West Ham.
is, I think, is that Saturday? That's Saturday.
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
If I was going to call that, I'll give it to West Ham. Everton have been shaky. They were good against Liverpool their last game because of the derby, but West Ham right now are in a better form than Everton are. So I'll give that game to West Ham.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
Interesting. There hasn't been any talk about when these games will be played, the ones that have been postponed because of the passing of the Queen. Anyway.
Yeah.
But for all intents and purposes, when they do play, I think I'm more interested in the Manchester United Leeds one because, of course, Manchester United, everybody wants to see them, because you can't have a tourney without Manchester, quite frankly. That's what I believe. If they're out, then it's not. I mean, it's not, honestly. Or wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would agree with you. But then at the same time, we're focusing on English football. Other leagues are not giving any honor to the Queen per se. And they're still going on in Spain, in Italy, in France, in Germany, in the Netherlands, in Scotland. Parts of Scotland are actually, and Ireland are also
I would have
affected.
even thought that all the games should have been postponed.
Yeah, they did last week.
Not all the games, even Champions League, Europa League, it's going to be hard, man. Yeah. Because we have the World Cup coming up as well. So that's already affecting the schedule of football as a whole. So they need to just get things right. And it's something that keeps us men busy during the weekends. We have a reason to go out, drink, hang out, have fun.
That is why we are here. I would like to think so.
So even though if the EPL are postponing games, other leagues are still, entertaining us. So we'll just enjoy them as it lasts.
No, we're looking forward to all these matches, and perhaps maybe even at the end of the show, we have this culture. You guys, by the way, you already predicted early. Don't forget what your prediction is, and make sure that it's correct because people are actually betting on it. The truth is, people are betting.
2-1 in favor of Arsenal.
But
if you
don't predict yet. Wait,
that's what he did already. So
yeah, okay. So don't predict yet. He's already done his. Well, you're gonna predict at the end. You're gonna predict at the end. I will warn you that Gang has been wrong before on the show. So please take note. If you're gonna predict based on it, whatever it is that he's telling, you might be getting it wrong again. You might be losing money. I'm just saying here, yeah?
I'm never wrong.
Except
last week.
I'm never wrong. I'm never wrong.
So just keep watching at the end of the show. Check out those predictions, and perhaps maybe if you really believe us, I will have no say in whatever it is that the score lines might be for each of these games that we'll be telling you guys. But thank you very much, Mr. Gang. That's all good. That's honestly all I got for this segment. Welcome back to Black Table, here for you for a Friday night. How's yours going? If you want to join us, perhaps maybe you could. Only on our social media platforms. You want to use the hashtag #TheBlackTable on TVC, please. We'll get your comments in on the topics that we're talking about, whether it's a sports bit or all the social issues we're talking about, and even what we're about to talk about. First, I wanted to comment your watch, man. Nice watch.
Thank you.
Let me just say. I don't believe in wearing expensive watches. I do have them, but I don't wear them.
Why?
Nice watch. You got there.
Thank you, Jerry. Are you ready to watch?
Nice one.
Yes, I know what time it is.
Is it cheap? Expensive? Is it expensive?
It tells time. Time is never cheap.
No, that's what I think.
Time is expensive.
Yeah, don't waste no man's time. All right, so, guys, interesting thing. So, there's a story here about this man who discovered that after many years of marriage and 3 kids, discovers that all 3 of his children are actually not his. So, we've had this age-long discussion and story about paternity fraud. Statistics tell that, which is it again? That Nigerian women are, when it comes to paternity fraud, we are number 1 in the world.
Number 2.
Number 2. Only exceeded by Thailand.
Yep.
There was a nasty joke you made about Thailand. He'll tell it after. And when it comes to fidelity, Nigeria we're number 1 when it comes to infidelity.
Nigerian women are the most unfaithful.
So I have a
not
question.
even Nigerian men. Take note. Not even
I have
Nigerian
a
men.
question. Who makes this rating?
Oh, there's surveys and research and everything that goes on. Now, it's not, but they don't just whip it out of their asses like that now. There's always somebody who's actually checking, who's actually going under people's panties and checking.
Really? Or they're asking men. So who is responsible? Who did the survey? Because it would be nice to have facts.
Okay, let me explain now. If you go to medical centers, they always catalog these things. There are cases of immigration, especially immigration when you have to do a DNA test before you go outside the country. Those are all means by which you gather all
data
and everything. Yeah. And it's been noted that it happens. In Nigeria, I know somebody who came to school.
Like the most unfaithful women in the world. Like really?
Wait, you think it's far from
you? Out of what people did this world, that we
Stan.
Come on.
But if I have to think about this thing, I would rather say that in my own head, I just think it's the other way around. Like,
the Nigerian men.
Yeah.
Well, how? Who do you roll with?
Well, I don't know, but if you
show me your friends, and I'll tell you.
No, but I think it comes also from a cultural sense whereby a man is allowed to be with more in our society. A man is allowed to be with more than one woman, but it's frowned upon a woman being more.
And I think it's not been able to, we can't track if men are cheating.
How can you not?
Okay, I said you're saying maybe it's the women that would have to do DNA tests. They're the ones that would need to prove.
Okay, that's true.
So for men we sleep with women, we don't give them belenko.
You can never tell.
So
that's true.
I don't think it's a fair way to rate, who is promiscuous or not.
See your problem, eh?
What's my problem?
It's because you're an actor and you're being very careful.
No, I'm not being careful.
No,
I'm being really logical.
I understand,
really logical.
But you're overthinking it.
It's not a person with a catch for...
but I say, check this out. If it comes to the kids, but if it comes to children, it's women that birth these kids. At the end of the day, you automatically believe that I saw you give birth to this child, so you're the mother.
Yes.
But how do I know I am the father? Exactly. That's the next question. And like we say in our society, now woman we sabi who papa or pikin be.
Exactly.
You get me?
True.
So at the end of the day, when they're taking a DNA test, we saw this child come out of you. We don't need to test it. How many cases do you feel as if this child is not the mother's? If it's not the mother's, you think that they were switched at birth.
There are men who have cheated on their wives without anybody knowing because
there's no
evidence. That's the point I'm trying to make.
You're so stuck on this research.
There's no way to get that data. So don't go ask all the women. Say, come. They don't really sleep with
Stan, who are you for? Are you for us or against us?
I'm for the good life.
There's data that is to our advantage. No. There's data that is to our advantage. Let us just take that win.
For the women, I know they cheat. No mind there.
So wait. First off, I wanted to correct that. Yeah, it's not that like as if we're comparing women against men.
Okay.
The survey says women against women, or not against, or women as regards
all over the world. Yeah.
The unit is women. We haven't put men inside of the system yet. Okay. Across the world, Nigerian women are the most not promiscuous, unfaithful. So let's just leave it like that. We're winning as men. Let's not involve ourselves because if we involve ourselves.
But let me support Stan for a bit because part of this survey was done by a condom company that was was saying that women are the ones that are buying more condoms than men are buying. So they assume that the women buying the condoms
are cheating more. Yes.
Unfaithful.
The men don't want
because
to buy
like women want you to use protection.
The men are very irresponsible.
Exactly. Men won't use condoms, but a woman would want you to use protection because the women are the ones buying them. They assume they're the ones that are
because they're the ones who are more poor. They're the ones who are only prone to having other people's kids.
Here's the funny thing, not to deviate. One of my friends once said something, and he said, the sad thing is that almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
Yeah. Are you going to deny?
Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
Almost every guy.
Almost every guy.
Yes.
Has
been with someone's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single. So do you understand? So you've always been with a girl that's been like, oh, my boyfriend is calling, or my boyfriend is not in town, or my boyfriend is. You understand?
Yeah, he's going to deny now.
You've been with somebody else's girl.
Go ahead and deny.
Almost every guy.
You have been with a girl that
almost
said...
It's like saying like 90%.
Yes.
90%.
You've been with a girl. Let me use, God bless you. I know you haven't cheated on your wife. You're a faithful dude. I respect you.
Now.
But I know before those days, I'm sure you must have experienced being with somebody that said,
let me answer
I am somebody else's girl, but I like you and I'm willing to be with you.
But you know, one thing is that we're all single.
Single daughter.
You know, so if you tell me you have as far as you're not married to a person, you're single. Do you understand? So
I will not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to at the end of the day. But to bring us back now, regarding this, I had an instance with a lady once, and we're sitting across each other. We're having a dinner. I was not married. At this time.
Nobody asked you.
Guilty conscious.
You get.
Because that's how social media can carry person. In any case, so I sat across this lady and we're talking, and she told me that, so my husband is AA and two of my kids are AS, blah, 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 blah. My personal experience. And as a biologist, I said, no, that's not possible. She's like, no, that's I'm like, no. So I had to explain to her how it works. I had to draw a diagram on the kitchen napkin and everything, and blah, blah, blah. And the next thing she said, oh my God, I better not let him know then.
So innocently, she didn't think.
She didn't know. And I don't think her husband knows as well. Because if her husband knew, he would have queried that, how come now I'm AA? Why is my kid AS? Two of them, personal experience.
And she's
AS.
She's AS.
But then it's very possible.
Yeah, but you cannot.
Sorry. Let me get this right. I know. I think it must be the alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol. I'm getting it wrong, but I'm very sure that with the workings that we did, there was no way she could come. She could have kids. So I can't remember exactly.
So that means she has to be AA. The husband has to be AA. But if there's one AS.
Yes, thank you. That's it. They're both AA. And two of the kids are AS.
They're both AA.
I'm sorry if she's watching and I'm telling her I didn't mention your name. Don't tell me stuff. But I don't know. I don't think even up until today her husband knows, and it's prevalent. It happens. You know people. You know a woman who actually has kids outside of her marriage,
and the woman actually knows.
Gang, wait! I'm talking too much. Sorry, but wait. In school, biology labs, sitting down, my friend walks in and then he's very sad, and then we're like, what's up now? And he says to us, he just discovered that 3 of his siblings are step siblings. His mother is a lecturer in school. His father is a professor in school. We know these people. So imagine us looking at these people now every day like, your mother. So it happens every single day is my point. You know, as in, I don't know, just some very incredible data out there, some very incredible things that are happening every single day. And it's, once again, we come back to that data, Nigerian women are actually the ones perpetrating these crimes. That person will get speaking, I know.
Yes. But then at the same time, that question now pops up that, what do you do as a man when you find out your kid is not your kid?
What choice do you have?
So for me, the first thing that comes to my own head is that, so this person that I call my wife has been cheating, like sleeping
with
another man.
He said it first.
Do you understand? So that thought in my own head first. My ego first.
That's after how many years?
Do you understand? Before we now come back.
After how many years? That's the age of the child?
Yeah.
Does it matter?
No. Wait.
Well,
are you asking what you would do after you find out that your child is not yours?
It's not yours.
Yeah.
So you know there are some situations that you never really know what you would do until you get in them.
You're being diplomatic.
No. Yes. You're being diplomatic. See, the thing is that let's assume that it happens to you.
It's happening now, Stan.
So I know that I have made excuses, provided forgiveness for my wife till death.
In advance.
I
get you.
That is mine.
Okay.
So now it now depends on, let me take 10 years for instance. We have a 10-year-old and now I discover that this child is not mine. So the question is, I've never been there before. Like you said, I've never been married before. It has never happened. I'll be lying if I know. I will only be responding to what I know now and I feel now. I'm not sure what the strain in the marriage would have been over the last 10 years. I'm not sure what would have happened.
The funny thing, Stan,
yes?
It's not about the marriage. It's about the relationship with that child. It's a very different thing. Marriage, you're happy.
There's no how the marriage is not going to shake. I think Stan, now let's assume that you're not married to your wife now, like you married somebody else. I think you're trying to hide under the fact that you're married to your wife now. Let's assume that you're not married to you're married to somebody else who's unfaithful. This thing happened. What are you gonna do?
But it doesn't change it. When I'm married to my wife or married to someone else.
I'm saying you're married to somebody else now.
See, listen, even paint it better. You have a child.
Yeah.
You've bought diapers.
Yeah.
You've paid school fees.
Yeah.
The person has gone to school.
Yeah.
You've had so many financial responsibilities on the kid. And like you said, the child is 10 years old, entering secondary school, and you now find out it's not even your product.
So whose child is it?
It's for somebody else. It's for Zeno.
No, let's be realistic now.
It's somebody else's kid.
Wait, who is somebody else's?
Would you go and look for the person?
Exactly.
Kiki,
so no. There are answers I must get.
No, Stan, wait, see, Kiki, you people should wait. Let me tell you, ask that question again. Ask it like you asked it.
Yes, so whose child is it?
It's your child.
How?
You fathered that. No, so
let's be realistic. See. 10 years into marriage, my wife comes and says, baby, I have something to say.
She does not even because you found out on your own.
Hey, that is a problem because this marriage is built on falsehood.
Who's the problem with? It's with the woman, not with the child, is my point. You're still going to keep that child with you. Like,
can you tell them again?
Can we hold on this child? Let's
be realistic.
What happens to the marriage?
Is it my child?
The marriage can go and die, man.
It's not yours.
Okay, now, and I say, okay, I'm done with you. Give me my child.
Now, it goes further than that. It's not just about the child. The only reason, the only hope the marriage has is that child.
That's not
and
even
even wait,
no,
wait.
That's not even a hope.
Even if
let me tell you where Stan is
the
coming
hope
from.
that the marriage
Stan is coming from.
Truthfulness.
Who is the father? Is the father involved in the life? Does the father want to still come and have his own child?
Happening?
What's going on? Or am I going to form that I'm connected with this?
If I find out by myself, I think there's a problem because it means that
she was going to go on with that lie.
Apart from I don't even trust you. And one thing about me is I don't thrive in a place where there's lies. So my wife already knows. So if I get to find out myself, there's already a problem. I don't know how we're going to...
So you would want her to tell you. Does that change your relationship with her and the child?
That would help me before my crown leaves my head.
So my own problem is that marriage already has a K-leg.
Since
do you understand?
No, it's obvious.
Yeah, so we should even talk about the marriage.
So that's what I'm saying. How does it happen? How do I find out?
Stan, what was the marriage?
If she coming to tell me, it's different from when I'm finding out.
Stan, we'll have a drink, Stan. Listen, let me tell you something. It's not the marriage first at that point. It's the child.
The child is not mine. I didn't know.
No, you're getting it wrong. You've never had
because
a child.
Because of the emotions you have, because of the attachment you have with the child.
I'm not going to cut ties with the child. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, okay, this child buy. But
even if you decide to cut,
this child is not mine. I don't know.
So, you're not going to tell the man how to react or how to feel.
I'm daddy.
Yes, despite the fact that you can't tell the man how to feel, here's the thing. This child has been using your name. Has been growing up, has been growing as yours. You're connected, you've been going on vacations, holidays, you've been living your life, you've shared so much. This is my child. Then you now find out that only biologically you're not the father.
Only biologically, without me knowing for 10 years, we have to sort that out first. Yes, now.
Okay, well, do you let the child go or do you stay fathering that child?
Where is the child going to? Wait, so
maybe the person that is going
you know me, I'm a filmmaker. In these scripts now, we have to say, is there somebody that is coming for the child? Does the child have somewhere to go to?
Those are factors.
Okay, the child doesn't have anything, nobody's coming. Nobody's still with you and your wife.
It's still my child, but for the marriage to move further than here, we have to solve some things now. You're going to say, okay, I found out now. This child is not my child. Okay, wow.
Would that marriage continue in your case?
That's a big question.
Drink.
But would it continue after that? I have my own answer, and I'm very honest.
Like, I'm going to be very honest. Well, the marriage can continue. You know, there are some factors.
Your voice don't come low.
You go low.
Your voice
you go low. You know, there are some
his voice is low.
There are some factors that we need to consider.
Which are?
Is this woman still saying the man?
Right? Or other people.
Or this child, like you said, is anybody coming back to take this child? Because you can't just be his child's daddy all through the year and someone just comes and just...
I was going to say something. There's nobody that's coming for that child in my case. I'm keeping that child. That's my child.
You're not biological father. You can't fight it.
You weren't there.
If you have to go to court, you will lose out.
No, you won't. I won't.
Zeno.
No, I won't.
Zeno, are you keeping the child and keeping your marriage?
Like he said, it depends on the answers that are some questions.
But
you
so
see.
There's so many question marks. So many question
It's
marks.
crazy, but for me first is the child. Definitely I'm keeping that child, no matter what happens. Even if the marriage does not.
But one thing I need you to understand is in that marriage.
Wait, another question.
It is the child first, though.
Do they have other kids?
Do you mean the
So that's also a dynamic.
Yes, so this script now go right and complete.
No, but one
so
thing
that
I
you
want
can
you
know
guys to
what to
understand
do.
is that, see, for that marriage, trust is broken.
And who is the father? Is he the gate man? Can he carry his child back and get out his own
No,
family?
before that, we're talking about, are you going to stay in the marriage? And I'm saying that
Jesus.
for that marriage, the trust is broken.
Oh my God.
So what's a marriage without trust?
That's a good script, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a question mark.
This is how you guys work, Abby.
This is how it works. So you
Wow.
cannot just come and bring street say,
Man.
what if a man bring his not your child? What if
Who
he's
be
not
the
your
papa?
child? Yeah, this is the foundation. But is the gate man? Is the gate man living in the house? Okay. How many children? Should we give them other kids? He say, if you give them other kids, it's not be hard for the man to let the child go. Let's not give them other kids. Remove kids.
No, I disagree. Even if there are other kids, it's even harder for you to let the child go. Because it's not just your relationship with the child, it's a relationship with
The
him
other kids
and
as
the
well.
other
Other
kids
kids.
as well. So I
Then
mean,
the question is,
definitely.
did the other kids know? Are they
don't
crying?
have to.
Don't give them my brother. Leave him in the house.
they don't have to know. At least not until they're mature. I might be wrong, but gang, you got kids. I mean, if you found out what was
the funny thing, the connection with my two daughters is this. Right now, the way I'm connected to my kids, there's nothing in the world that can change that.
at all.
Yeah.
There's
You
nothing.
see, there's a different experience. because
But
you
with
have
their
a
mama,
first-hand experience.
things will change. But with them, there's nothing that can change.
So
it.
that means you're no longer going to be a
But see,
family.
this thing here,
No, what
what you're saying is not that easy.
What does that mean?
It's not that easy.
For sure.
The fact that I know that these kids are not mine.
I think
Trust
it's a
me.
psychological game.
Do you understand? The psychology starts to play.
Let me give you
So you
guys
can't
an
just
example.
assume that, okay, because
Check this
I've
out. There's a
taken care
true
of them
story.
for 15
There's a true
years,
story
then
about a
they're
guy
mine.
that was a university graduate, and it was when his dad, the guy schooled out of the country. When his dad went for the guy's whole graduation and everything, that's when he found out that I was not the kid's father. But he was like, he doesn't care, especially at that age. Your boy is now a man. He says, I am your dad. And the boy too was like, you're my father. There's nobody else I know.
Simple.
So that connection was good to see. Now, to flip it a bit as well, only a man who has been faithful can actually demand that from the wife. So, like I was saying, it's easy for a man that has been faithful to point the finger to a woman who has been unfaithful.
Okay. Now, gang, I'm going to let you speak. You have something to say, but give me a second.
So
What?
Okay.
No, calm down.
You won't release it.
You never
No,
bump
because
it in yet.
of,
It's bloody
because
hot.
of what he said. So he said that for
There's only a faithful man that can point
no,
fingers.
before that,
Okay.
he said something about the father and the child.
Yeah.
Like it's being like the child's already done with university.
Yeah.
I feel like for a father and a child, there are some responsibilities that you will take. You know, at some point you're done doing all those things.
So the child is
Do
already
you understand? So you've already, the child's already a
it doesn't
man.
make
He has
any
done
difference.
everything. He has been the daddy all along through
whether you're
school
my
and
child
everything. So
now
now
or
it's
not,
like
yeah.
going back. Like, okay, now this is my father. Now let me now pay back all those things. Do you understand what I'm trying
Let
to
me-
say? So for that case, I feel like there's
That's not even
really
the
nothing
time
you
you want
can
to let
do.
the guy
again.
child go.
You
Say, please,
can.
all the things I've
Kiki,
done for you,
do you
bring them
get-
back.
Kiki, let me throw a spanner here.
Okay.
Let's switch it around.
Okay.
Now, it's easy, like you've just noted. And I've told you a couple of stories now. The guy can always just accept, this is my child, regardless. I don't care. It's my child. It's my child. It's my child. But is it easy for women, if it's the other way around, to say, to accept a man's other child? Would you adopt your sibling, a man in this case, his child? Is it easier for women to adopt or men to adopt other children? And I don't mean this in terms of, legally going to go and adopt.
Like,
I mean, you found out that my husband has other kids and they're coming to come and live with us.
It will be easier for women.
Sorry. My emotions showed there.
Yeah.
How do you mean?
Exactly. How do you mean? Women will take in other kids easy because they're maternal by nature. You're so wrong.
Yeah.
Now that I think
of it, you're so wrong.
And all the cases there's been.
So wrong.
Well, so it depends on who so to be honest, I don't like to generalize because it depends on who the woman is and it depends on who the man is. If he's a man that likes his space, that wants his own family. But like you said, would it be easy? I don't think it's easy for anybody. But
I've not seen a case where it went down easy.
You see, we're just trying to talk about if these cases should happen. Like if it should happen like this, who can, take this thing easy, right? So for me, I feel like the man can still take the kids.
There's not
So
well, the other way around.
Wait. So I think we're still referring to before they get married.
No,
when they're married.
Inside of the marriage now.
We're also skipping. There's another thing we're skipping as well. We're talking about paternity fraud. Some of these women intentionally are having kids that don't belong to the man and hiding it from the man, hoping that he does not find out. And then by the time you now find out that I'm not the father of these kids, it's a serious thing. Some women don't even know that their men are impotent or sterile.
No, I was going to tell you another story.
They're sterile, so they can't even have kids. I know a story of a guy that it was his 11-year-old son. The woman actually came to confess, and the guy told her, I know.
And he never told.
He said, I know. I've known since. He even told her, I know who the father is. I know who the father is, because he knew he couldn't have kids.
Yeah.
But the woman actually used that to say, I'm pregnant, did all the whole
review story.
I'll write script. I go write script.
This one. Change your story. Very interesting.
So that's the thing. Some women are actually using this against men, saying, I'm going to father your child. In fact, they can even fake pregnancy and go and meet their ex-boyfriend and say, I've been sleeping with this guy, I'm still not pregnant. Get me pregnant so that I'll tell this guy that he's the father.
Thank you, gang. There was a story like that. And now this is a good one for you. She did it out of love for the guy.
Good one for me.
Yes.
What's out of love? The other man is out of love.
That's what the story, that's how it goes. And it's a real life story.
But that's not love.
She had cases from before where she was pregnant. But after she got married to this guy, they never got pregnant. And by deduction, it must be the guy. So she had relations with another person, got pregnant and kept it so. Just to give the guy his manliness. I have a son. And they kept that going for a couple of kids, three kids actually. So all the kids are not by him. He's important, but she isn't. 3 kids from somebody else. And she did it for love.
Is that love?
It's wicked love.
It's a different kind of love.
No.
Because she wanted to protect his dignity somehow. According to
if both of them agree to it, then maybe.
But love without trust. And why do we even need kids in a marriage? Is marriage really
we can't answer that question.
No, marriage is not about kids.
It's not about kids. So you cannot tell me that you lie to a man to have kids because is he really looking for children?
See, it's culture. And it's a misconception.
So marriage,
our culture. By the time you don't, your father will start calling you. I have my parents are watching.
Are you married for your father?
I have 1 kid, and I know that every single month my parents are always calling me how fat. They are always checking, womb watching, and everything like that. It's our culture.
It's there are cases where people are just having
succumb to these pressures.
There are cases where people are just having girl children and they want a boy.
There's that.
Sometimes they want to step out and be like saying, "The only girl this man fit produce," and sometimes they step out to give him a boy.
And if it's not a boy, how did they do it?
Well,
you now have a child and it's not your own as a girl.
That's a girl.
Now here's the one: the child is the woman's own. It's just not the man's own. So she's okay. All my kids are my kids. Now you get problems.
Listen, there's so much that we could talk about. Well, here's your chance. Tell you what, when we came back from the break, we'll be taking your comments. Use the hashtag on all our social media platforms. The Black Table on TVC. That's The Black Table on TVC. We'll find your comments and we're going to read them when we come back. Do stay tuned. It's of course Mazzino, Kiki, Mr. Stan and gang behind. We'll be back. And you're welcome back. I need a top up. Is my poison still available?
Yeah, I'll hook you up when you're ready. I'll hook you up.
It's still the Black Table here. Welcome. For a Friday evening, we just gather and we talk about the issues that might be very, very familiar to you or not. But a little bit of alcohol helps it go down even better. Stan here, Kiki, and of course Gang behind. Let's take your comments. Thank you for sending them in. You've used the hashtag #TheBlackTable on TVC. We've got a couple here. Now, this is at Hot Girl Crazy. Says Nalayo, calm down. Nigerian women are babies beside Nigerian men when it comes to infidelity. How can a woman be topping the charts? We're not the one that did this.
You're glad there's no woman on this table.
There would never be a woman on this table. This is our thing. But you are welcome to send in your messages. It's all good. In fact, most of the messages we have today are all from women. But can you prove it? No. Let's leave it like that. Nigerian women are much more unfaithful than I. Don't say anything.
But the thing is,
we are winning. We are winning.
You should tell this person that we are not trying to compare Nigerian men and
women against other women of the world.
Yeah, so let's clear it.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much. All right, Sexy Bobby here says, do you know that some women actually help these men so that they have babies? These men are impotent from start. I said that before on the marriage. They just want to turn around and shame the woman after they have gotten the social stability they need. I don't understand. Please help me out here.
I feel she's saying that, after the man has now gotten pride, oh, you have a child, you have a baby. We know that he knows that he's impotent, but the world has celebrated his manhood by having a child. Now he wants to turn around and say, oh, you gave me a child that's not mine.
First off, I want to say this person, whoever said Sexy Barbie Abi Kilankwe, you're rubbing off for me. First off, for you to send this kind of message, I believe that you are capable of doing it. So I don't trust you. Whoever you are, whoever you're dating has a...
Let's not judge. No, she's just pointing out her mind.
Because it might be
you know how many people we have judged on this table like this? You know how many people we have slaughtered? So let them air your view. Air your view.
I'll prefer to be in the shame of not having kids than to have kids that are not mine.
No.
Oh, you don't talk true.
No.
So you rather have
ways around
kids that are not yours.
I can adopt.
No, we're not talking about adoption now. We're talking about
you
kids
rather.
that are
So
yours
would you rather that your wife
don't bring adoption
has a child for someone else and you think it's yours?
It's a happiness question. Would it make her happy? Am I in love with her so much that I'll let her do it? Do I have to know?
You don't survive.
I don't understand. Love.
I can't defend you on this one. You're trying to be correct on this. Sometimes
no, I'm not trying to be correct. I'm trying to be. See, I'm a certain kind of person.
You are making about her now. You are a sexy Barbie doll. You are No, it's not about her. It's about you.
It's about you and the relationship with your kids.
Jesus, but I don't know how I would feel. I don't know if I would want a child, and irrespective of whether the child is mine or not, I would love that child.
You have mentioned about
so the mechanism. Let God take the wheel.
They always come back to him.
So you have mentioned about the pressure from family, from society. That's the problem. That's the major problem. Yeah. We've allowed these pressures.
These external influences.
Yeah, we like the idea that I'm fertile, I have a child, but we don't like the idea of someone coming in with a child that is not ours. So you want to eat your cake and have it.
I'll come back to that.
So I was going to say that it's norms in the society that once you get married, after a year, your parents start to ask you that, what's going on? Give us children, give us kids, and all of that. So if you don't do that, then it becomes kilo shele. What's going on? Why don't you guys have kids?
You still maintain that you'd rather not have kids?
I'd rather not have kids than to have kids that are not mine.
Okay. Right. Well, I think I'm talking from the perspective
you subscribe to adopting them?
Yeah, I can.
Of course.
Yes.
But now here's the thing. That's what you want, right? You'd rather not have kids and have kids that are not yours.
Yeah.
By the time your wife knows that, she will give you kids, but she'll tell you that they're yours. And you would love them like they're yours. At some point in time, when you now find out they're not yours, do you take back the love? Do you unlove the kids? Do you hate the kids?
No.
Or do you love your wife and continue loving her?
I have a question.
I have the answer.
I'm the one with the...
I have a question. My question
is
it bad to have kids and do DNA?
Ooh. Interesting.
Damn, we can be here all day with that.
It's not bad, but it only just insinuates that you don't trust your
So if I done that from day one,
so what's the essence of doing that?
No, Stan.
If the child is not yours, we are gone now.
Stan.
Okay. Let's not go there. I was only going to ask though. I'm sure there are people who have gone to their graves without knowing that the kids
and
they
bless
had.
their hearts.
Yeah.
Bless their heart. They did.
Yeah,
And
they
I think
did
that's a
well,
fantastic
you know.
way to go. Real quick, let me just round this up with this last one, and don't say anything about it. You have 2 fine men. Sorry, 3 fine men with you today. Oh, Mazino, Stan's voice.
Get there. Please, what's her name? Sexy Babylon.
I think Kiru is your people. Is from
NK baby.
From
Stan is married.
NK baby, I appreciate you. I'm sure you are an Nigerian. I appreciate you, NK baby.
Real quick, in our tradition for the Black Room, we always round up with a prediction for our top game, and the top game this weekend is going to be Arsenal-Brentford.
Brentford.
I already had mine.
2-1.
Brentford 2,
Brentford.
Arsenal 1.
What's yours?
Brentford 1, Arsenal 2.
The other way around. Gang.
Arsenal 4, Brentford 0.
Get there! That's the prediction.
That's not going to
I
happen.
changed my own. Arsenal 4, Brentford
Jesus.
none.
That's not going to happen. What's yours?
I don't.
No, say something. What's yours?
He's trying to confirm his daughter is his. So we'll
Jennifer will not be happy with you. Jennifer will not be happy with you.
Jenny, you know I'm just messing. I know Rain belongs to Zeno. Rain belongs to
Give us your
Zeno.
prediction.
Rain belongs
Give us
to
your
Zeno.
prediction.
I predict a very, very queer outcome, and I think it's going to be a draw. I'm not sure if it's a 0-0 or 1-1, but you guys will be surprised. I will be correct. Next week, I'll be celebrating. Drinks on me then.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, that would be it for the Black Table. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for your messages and also for your, thank you for everything. We can't be doing this without you. We'll be back again next week. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night, or at this point, Saturday morning.
Just a great weekend. Yeah,
Yes, to a great weekend, gang. Yeah, whatever. We'll catch you guys next week.